Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om Arunachaleshwaraya Namah Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Let all the Gurus blesses you with enlightenment, health and happiness to you and all your family members and friends. Let this earth become more healthy, more happy, more harmonious. Let us pray for it. Now we will see the next sloka, 197 of Vivekachudamani. There has been a definition for a philosopher. It's very interesting. This anecdote was referred by Osho also. We do not know the source. A philosopher is a person who finds a black cat which is pitch black in the dark room. There is no light at all, which is not there. So the black cat is not at all there, but he finds it in the dark room. He is the philosopher. This philosopher is an intellectual. That does not mean that we are condemning intellectualism. An intellectual is a great person who exercised his mind with a lot of logics, reasoning, and everything. Our Shastra promotes reasoning. In fact, only reasoning is taught in our Shastras, scriptures. You must understand that. So, intellectual should progress positively towards the self, his own self. So, his knowledge acquired from outside should help him to travel within, to be oneself, to be that oneness, Advaitam, not a split personality. If the intellectual travels in the opposite direction, he becomes split personality. He will not become that oneness. He will not travel within. He will not understand what is Atma, what is his own self, what is consciousness, what is heart. All these things won't be there. Only dry thoughts will be there. So intellectual is traveling means it is always towards the heart, towards the self. Intellectual remains stagnant. He thinks and he thinks and he thinks. He philosophizes. He never moves forward. Maybe he may be falling down. Mostly people are stagnant. They become extremely egoistic, not humble enough to accept the higher powers, wisdom, unable to accept the wisdom. All these things happen. We can see thousands of intellectuals stuck like that. Swami Vivekananda is a very intelligent, learned person. But he was so humble, his intellectual knowledge is traveling forward, It is proved when he surrendered to Swami Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna showed him the state of enlightenment. Swami Vivekananda asked Ramakrishna, "Can you prove me the existence of God? If your God is true, you must prove it to me." Then he was so receptive. That's why Ramakrishna demonstrated to him. He pushed him down and put his leg over his chest. Vivekananda went into a trance, inexplicable silence, abundant bliss, total annihilation of ego, ahankar. He was with infinity. He was not a limited Vivekananda, Narendra. He came out of that trance, samadhi, then he prostrated to Swami Ramakrishna and thanked him. Then he was completely changed. One more thing, people listen nowadays in the medias, they become impatient. They get distracted this way and that way. They change to another channel, another program. This is a dangerous thing as far as spiritual learning is concerned. If you are learning, really, you must not be in a hurry. In ashrams, we used to sit from the morning 4:30 to 6:30 doing this and that, but meditate 1 hour minimum. Then we sit in the classes. The classes will go on minimum for 1 hour. 4 classes, 5 classes per day. You can't see anybody sleeping, anybody drooping their head. Completely committed to listening. If you choose to listen, listen completely. No time limit. Just listen carefully. If you decide like that, whatever you listen will benefit you. If you don't decide, nothing will benefit you. That is the reason spiritual persons hesitate to give lectures in these medias. Anyway, the recorded messages are already uploaded. Still, if you are listening to the very famous talks, don't change. You will not get any benefit from any other channel than this spiritual message. Realize that and be committed to that listening. That will take you to great heights. That character is a character development. Changing, changing is not a good character development. You remain same. That one-pointed listening itself is something you have achieved and grown up to new level. So never, even though you know the subject, even though you know you have already listened it, you listen. You have already listened it, but you have not absorbed it. That is the meaning. That is why it is coming in front of you. So that is my humble request with love and care for you. Always listen. That's why I'm not giving any short lectures. Nowadays, 30-second short lectures are available. If you are capable of understanding one that, you are a great person. Don't cheat yourself. By God's grace, we are able to come across such scriptures. Even if you think that it is not good to listen or not impressed, listen. Still listen. That is a improvement in you, a development in you. The Shastra will enter you. The truth will enter you. That is the thing. So I cannot simply give a lecture without some examples, stories, anecdotes. You see, this Vivekachudamani itself is giving one example on comparison. So, hope you understand. This is for your benefit to attain moksha, to attain vivekam. Yavat brandis tavat devasya satta mithya jnano jrumbitasya pramadat rajvam sarpo brandikaleena eva brandirnase naiva sarpopi tattvat. It's a beautiful, very famous and very important comparison. Somebody saw some rope and mistook as a snake. So he got sweating, palpitations went up, trembling. He started shouting, "Snake, snake, snake," and ran. And somebody brought a stick. He was also upright. He was also seeing a snake because he superimposed snake on the rope. Then the person, the most courageous person, went near the snake and found it was not a snake. And he laughed and took the rope and showed it is not a snake, it is a rope. The person who was sweating, trembling, almost fainting, suddenly he becomes normal. He also takes the rope and laughs. So when he assumed it was a snake, it affected his physical body. Some people can get heart attack and die. But the truth is not there. The truth is there was no snake. But he died. One famous psychiatric lesson taught by a psychiatrist in the class management classes was, if you believe, even death can come. Once a person was trapped in the railway compartment, in the freezer compartment. Freezer means it will be going into minus degrees. So he went inside and somebody locked it and the temperature started going down. He died. When somebody opened and he found a dead person, But he was scribbling on the wall. Now the temperature is going down from 20 to 18. Now it is going down to 5. Now it is going down to -5. Now I am getting stroke. I am getting frozen. I am dying. I am dying. I am dying. Then he died. The truth was that freezing unit was not switched on. It was his own self-hypnotism. This way, people strongly believe and live a false life, untrue life. That is why we called Brandi Darshan. It is not that somebody took brandy or alcohol and become deluded. So mind is deluded by their own concepts or borrowed concepts from outside. There are many people, they just get some benefit by pumping into other people some concepts which they don't even know about it, whether it is true or not. All of you are aware of such persons. The sloka says, Yavat Brandhi Tavat Eva Asya Satta. The truth will be there until you are deluded. You think something is true, it will be there until you are deluded. Brandhi means deluded. Mithya jnanena, that means ujrimbitasya pramadat. Because of the mithya jnanam. Mithya jnana means the wrong knowledge. Like rope and snake knowledge. When it arises, you forget the truth. Pramadat means forget. When ujrimbitasya means it sprouts. It sprouts from the mithya jnana. Mithya jnana means what? Mithya jnana means poyyarivu, wrong knowledge. So from the wrong knowledge, you get ideas, but that will be also false. Like Rajvam Sarpaha. Rajvam Sarpaha. Rajvam means rope. Sarpaha. Brandi Kalina Yava. When you are deluded, rope becomes snake. Brandehe Nase. Beautiful. When this delusion is destroyed, Sarpaha api. Na eva. Sarpaha api. There will be no snake at all. Api eva means not, never. There will be. So next day you will not come and say, I saw a snake here. It disappeared already. Tattvat, like that. So this is the best example. I have to repeat again and again, many times, so that the mind gets it. So don't get bored. Whenever I repeat, you should become excited. When the truth is told, we should get excited, not get bored. That means if you are getting bored with the ultimate truth, you have to prepare yourself. It must be the most interesting thing in the world. Yourself is the most interesting thing in the world. You wonder about your body, you wonder about your heart, you wonder about your eyes, you wonder about your brain, you wonder about your fingers. But you should wonder about yourself, Atma, That is the greatest wonder. That is the greatest need of recognition. People don't wonder about themselves, about the self, about the Atma. That means they are in Brahdi Darshan, deluded. So start wondering about the consciousness, start wondering the heart, start wondering about the happiness somebody gets when you give something. Start wondering about the blessings when you are blessed, you become happy. Start wondering at the children's happiness when they get something, they become excited. You are also in the same state of excitement if you get it. So, this kind of heart should be developed. Giving, wondering, and thankfulness. These three are great mantras for greatest happening in your life. Om Namah Shivaya. God bless you. Arunachala blesses you. All gurus bless you. Om, Om, Om.